up there.
Oh no.
Jonathan. Hello, this is Chris, and welcome back to another mod review. So today we're reviewing the Weather Storms and Tornadoes mod, which adds a ton of cool weather forecasting, and even weather machines. So let's just go inside since it's getting pretty windy, and let's go over the weather equipment. So before we show off all the cool weather that this mod has, I'm going to show you guys what you need to craft some weather devices that you definitely do need with this mod. So to craft any of these recipes, you need the weather item. It is used for every single recipe, absolutely every single recipe in this mod. So to craft it, you need 4 iron ingots, 2 redstone, and 1 gold. And you got yourself a weather item. And now, a few important things you might need before you actually craft all the other more expensive blocks is you need the tornado sensor. So the tornado sensor is crafted using 4 iron ingots, 2 redstone, and 1 weather item. And you got yourself a tornado sensor that will detect tornadoes if they're coming your way, and they're probably the most destructive thing in this mod. And next up is the manual redstone siren. So yeah, it's just like it sounds. It's a redstone siren that you activate manually, and for that you need 2 levers, 4 iron ingots, and 2 redstone, and a tornado sensor right at the center. And the best one you can get, which also has the siren and the tornado sensor in one block, is the 4 iron ingots, 4 redstone, and 1 tornado sensor in the center. And there we go. I just covered up all of the simplest recipes, and this is very helpful to prevent tornadoes, definitely. And
You need a lot of iron for this.
all of them require iron, Jonathan.
I know.
And next up is the weather radar. So the weather radar is not limited to tornadoes. It can detect tornadoes. It can detect hurricanes and also sandstorms. So it doesn't actually have an alarm. So you have to constantly be checking this to see if there's any storms. But you'll probably notice from all the weather going on outside. But to craft this, it is more expensive. You need 4 weather items, 4 redstone, and 1 compass. And you have yourself a weather radar. Next up is the weather deflector. So this protects blocks within a certain range from it, and it also can destroy any weather that is nearby. This is helpful to defend your base against tornadoes or any other kind of weather. And to craft this, you need 4 redstone, 4 iron ingots, and 1 weather item. And yeah, before I keep going, I'm definitely gonna show you guys how these work, but with actual storms and tornadoes, and even sandstorms. So next up is the coolest block in this mod. So it's the weather machine, and it allows you to control the weather, even if you have cheats disabled and you're in survival. It's pretty overpowered if you want some storms. I don't know why you would want some storms, probably to make your world look cool. But to craft it, you need 4 weather items, 4 redstone, and the most expensive thing here, which is diamond. And next up, I'm gonna go over the simpler recipes for simple things you might need at the beginning of the game. Well, it's kind of more expensive than the siren or the weather radar, but it's definitely worth it. So this is the wind vane, which is the spinny thing that shows direction, the wind direction. Yep, I don't know how to describe it, but it uses 4 weather items, 2 redstone, and that is it. You have your wind vane. Actually, I think I'm just gonna put them on top. Okay, so there we go. That's what I meant. I did not mean the spinny thing. Okay, now onto the anemometer. I've never used weather equipment in real life before or ever, so sorry about my pronunciation, but it's that spinny cup thing that sees the wind speed. Yep, I do not know any weather terms. Absolutely no weather terms. Okay, so you use 6 weather items and 1 redstone. So Yep, kind of expensive because of the gold, but it's worth it if you want something aesthetic too. And now the last two things on here is pocket sand. This is just to blind players. So you just use one weather item, and yep, I kind of forgot to show you guys this recipe before, but you use the placeable sand layers for this, and you have yourself a pocket sand that blinds other players. And next up is the last thing. So placeable sand layer, it's just basically sliced sand blocks. I don't know why I'm just reading that. Yep, but it's just sliced sand blocks. Wait, actually squashed down. So the last thing here is the placeable sand layer. So basically, I just call it flattened sliced sand, and you use it for this recipe, as you can see here. And you use one weather item and just surround it with sand, which is about 8 blocks. Yep, correct me if I'm wrong. Yep, 8 blocks. Okay. Now on to cover the weather. So it looks like we just made it to Dr. Horsican's weather station on time. Thank you for letting us borrow it, Dr. Horsican.
You're welcome. Also, why are you on me? Oh, come on, you're a horse. I can ride you.
Jonathan, do not scream at Dr. Horsican and do not disrespect him.
Okay.
He's a good boy, aren't you?
Yes, I am.
Okay, no, do not brag about yourself. So now, let's just show off what these blocks do. So first off, here is the weather radar. So according to it, there's a thunderstorm over there. And yeah, it tells you the exact location of where it is. It doesn't tell you block numbers, but you can guess where it is because it just points at the same direction no matter where you point, no matter where you orient this machine. And now to see the weather direction, this is the weather vane, so it's just gonna be pointing that way. So the winds are going southeast. That means the thunderstorm is moving that way. And this is just to measure the speed, so I'll say this is pretty fast. And now to review all the other things like the weather siren, we're gonna have to spawn in a tornado. So first off, let's spawn in an F1 tornado. So first off, if you want to spawn this spawn it with commands, you just type weather to storm create, and that should give you a list. And from there, you can just choose what you want. So I'm choosing F1 tornado, and it should be spawning in right now.
Oh!
So right now, the weather sirens are going off. So it probably took away that weather siren, but all of these are gonna start activating. There we go, they have all activated. And to activate the manual one, let me just go after the tornado. So to use the manual one, you need a tornado sensor, redstone, and then just plug it in, and it should work like the other ones. Although I like the other ones better since they're all in one. And now to ride this storm. So I'm just gonna ride this storm. So game mode, survival, and it should be dragging me across the sky. So it's gonna start hitting me against all these blocks. Oh no, look how many animals are up there.
Oh no.
Jonathan, look, they're going in the funnel. Wait, you're being dragged too.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's just get out of this tornado. It just dropped me into ground.
Oh no.
It dropped me. But look how epic this looks. Even though it's an F1 tornado, it looks epic. Now I'm gonna show you guys a F5 tornado. So the F5 tornado is gonna be enormous. It's gonna be enormous. So let's create a category, an F5 tornado. So there we go. Now it's gonna start spawning in. There we go. So this tornado is enormous. So that one is a baby compared to this one. So Minecraft system is in meters, so This is probably like a kilometer wide or even a mile wide. It depends on what measurements you guys use. So let's just ride this tornado. So this tornado is gonna spin you around. It's not gonna drag you that much, but it is gonna probably lift you from any place in the world. So no matter where you are, this is gonna lift you. But it's probably conflicting with the other tornadoes, so let's just clear everything. So to clear everything, you just click kill all. And there we go. All the tornadoes are gone. And we can spawn in a new one. So there we go. If the other tornado isn't conflicting, it's gonna take you straight up into the sky, including with every other block like grass, cows. No, cows are not blocks. And there we go. It just killed me. So yeah, you do have to be careful about the damage it does once you land.
Also, if you're the tornado with blocks, you have to be careful because the blocks will start to slowly kill you.
Yeah, Jonathan, good point. I just noticed that, but I did fall. I just did die from fall damage. In case you were wondering, it does appear on the radar, so this is showing that it's right on top of us. And they'll slowly start moving away from us. As you can see, it's slowly moving that way. So that's probably northwest. But yeah, it does show you absolutely everything. And this is a good thing. If there's a lot of mobs, they're all gonna die with you. So this has left mass destruction everywhere. But now, let's just show you guys what the hurricane does. So, Jonathan, you might want to come closer. So,
Yeah.
let's just create a category. Let's just create a category 1 because category 0 is just a tropical storm. So, category 1. So, this thing is bigger than a tornado, obviously, since hurricanes are enormous. They sometimes cover an entire state or even country. So this is gonna cover a lot more radius than the. So this is gonna cover a bigger radius than the tornado, even at category 1. So category 1, it's taking absolutely everything with it. And let's just ride this like we've been riding everything else. So it doesn't lift you as high, depending on where you are. It's gonna lift you higher. I think the further you are from the eye, the further you are from the eye, the faster the winds get, even here in Minecraft. So yeah, this is gonna start dragging me the closer I get to the edge of it. There we go. Yep, this makes sense. This makes a lot of sense. So now, once I get close to the eye, I'm gonna start dropping. It is cool that they actually did it based off real life. Yeah, in case you're wondering, it does take a while after killing a storm to stop the rain, but I'm just gonna spawn in the next hurricane. So the next hurricane is the category 5. So this one is gonna be epically big. So this is gonna cover basically half the world. So this is giant, and the winds are much higher. So let's just ride this too. So I'm just gonna go into survival, and it should be dragging me around. Well, once I get to the edge, so there we go. It's gonna start lifting me. It's gonna cause more destruction, and it's probably gonna be bigger. I haven't tested if it's actually bigger, but there we go. It's starting to lift me around. And yeah, you aren't gonna see that much destruction since it's already destroyed this area. So let's just go over there. By the way, guys, if you haven't noticed, the tornado siren does go off when there's a hurricane. It does detect hurricanes and any other kind of bad weather. So right here, the hurricane is at its full potential. So it's lifting absolutely everything around it. Leaves, everything. Grass, cows, pigs, whatever other animal you might think of, including ourselves. So now that we've reviewed all these weather types, now I'm gonna show you guys what the weather machine does. So the weather machine controls the weather, obviously, like anyone would imagine, but it just it has a few modes. So first mode is rain, which is already here, but it's gonna cause a rain cloud. And then next on the level is lightning. So lightning is gonna start striking. Then you can go to high winds. High winds are gonna start pushing everything around. Then there's hail. The hail can hit you and it can damage you, but sometimes it's kind of rare, so it's not worth showing you guys how it works. But you guys can imagine how much hail would hurt even in Minecraft. And then you can spawn an F1 tornado if you want it for some reason near your base. And you can do a stage 1 tropical storm. So this is gonna just cause a tropical storm, and you can just set it to off too. Okay, now on to a desert. So the next weather phenomenon you guys might not know is in this mod is the sandstorm. So the sandstorm is gonna blind you. Wait, why is there a sandstorm? Oh, Jonathan, okay, that is the pocket sand. So Jonathan is using the pocket sand on me, and he's gonna stop right now. So there we go. So now we can spawn in the sandstorm. So the sandstorm is gonna be created slowly. So we just have to wait for it to start spawning in. There we go. It's appearing on radar, and it's getting closer. So it started over there, and it's gonna exponentially spread. So it should be arriving soon, and it should be spreading all over the place. So it's gonna take a while, but it'll eventually get here. So there we go. It gets faster the longer you wait, and it's gonna start blowing things around. Actually, since I don't know what it does in survival, let's just go into survival and see what it does. So it just lowers your visibility. It does not do any damage to you. Probably if you get hit by something, or it gets stronger. So eventually it's gonna get stronger and stronger, but it slowly moves away too. So that was it for today's mod review. So hopefully you guys did. So that was it for today's video. So hopefully you guys did enjoy this mod review. I did enjoy making this mod review since I do love this mod and I find it pretty epic. But hopefully you guys did enjoy it. So don't forget to burn that subscribe button if you have been enjoying my content. Let's try to get to 10 likes on this video. And hopefully you guys have a great day or night. And see you all later. Bye! Also, sorry this is late.